always find it interesting that in Hong Kong, we use the word taxi.
Sure.
Because in many parts of the world, we just call them the cab. And taxi drivers are normally called cabbie, right?
Cabbies, taxi drivers, sifu,
But in Hong Kong, we use taxi.
Taxi's become the international standard, I think. Le taxi.
Really?
Yeah, you even go to China and what do they call it?
Because taxi is a verb turned noun. To taxi is to come close to the pedestrian walkway.
I have never heard it used as a verb.
Yeah, to taxi.
I don't think I've ever.
Have you taken the Star Ferry, Pierre? Have you taken the Star Ferry?
Yeah.
If you read the sign from the Star Ferry.
Oh yeah.
When the ferry taxi.
True. They talk about an airplane taxiing into the gate. That I hear a lot.
So actually, taxi. When you yell taxi, is actually it means come here,
it's
right?
Like a verb.
It's a verb. Okay. So it's a verb turned noun. So it's interesting.
You're right. I never thought about that. Yeah. Okay. Because I always I think about it in terms of an airplane taxiing into the gate. But I never thought about it in context of cars.
Yeah, so interesting. So taxi is the keyword for today, and you want to talk about taxi.
I want to talk about taxis.
Oh, you want to talk about cabbies? The drivers of the car?
I want to talk about how the government and LegCo are looking at it and how they're making plans for the future.
Okay, the politics of taxi.
The politics of taxi. So once again, busy day in LegCo.
All right.
Just to give the rundown, because I really want to impress with people what's going on. Inland revenue, transport, bankruptcy, security, bills committee for the SFC, foreign lawyers practice on the agenda for today. Jam-packed with meetings. And in transport, they're going to be talking about the taxi strategy for Hong Kong. And looking through this, it's not interesting what's in there. So there's two reports. There's the administration report, and then there's the LegCo report. Administration report, black and white, stats. You kind of get the sense they've been taking the same stats for the last 30 years when you look at it without any kind of change in how they're looking at it or thinking about it. Okay? That's one. So there's one part. And then you have the LegCo one, which has a little bit of color, nice little bit of design. It's certainly more attractive to read. But what they do is they're completely different. Theirs is about what happens in other places, comparing Hong Kong to Seoul, where they take note of electronic payment systems in taxis. How come we can't use octopus in our taxis here? Safety of women measures that have been taken in Seoul. They look at Singapore. Singapore, I didn't know this. This is in the LegCo report. They have major taxi stands around Singapore, and they have cameras that can tell if there's too many people. And they will send a message to all the taxi companies saying, yo, lineups are too long, people are waiting too long. Here's a good chance for you to make some money. Interesting. They look at...
But you know what? This happens in Singapore...
they're
because
monitoring all the time.
Because monitoring.
I got my eye on you. You're in the taxi lineup. Don't worry, I'm getting you a taxi, but I am watching you. Yeah.
All right.
What else? Taipei, subsidies for seniors to take taxis. All right. Yeah, okay. Victoria, Australia, they looked at nothing too special there, but I was just in Australia last week. Whew, taxis are expensive.
Oh, yes. But Hong Kong is extremely low. The taxi fare is extremely low.
Lower than anywhere else in the world.
Extremely low.
But here's the thing. What is not in these reports? There is not a single mention of Uber, Lyft, distributed rides, rentable cars like they have in Vancouver now. There is no sense of the future. Now, maybe if we had our ITB guy, Nicholas in place, he would have stepped in and said, hey, by the way, taxi strategy, technology is changing your business. This is a strategy. Strategy implies long term. But there's nothing. A
lot of the people in Hong Kong are using taxi apps right now.
Piles.
And taxi apps actually drives up the demand.
Yes.
So actually, we need more licenses. Yeah. I think definitely we need more licenses.
So I'm having a shout out to them, saying people, I would say watch what happens in this committee, but they're missing the boat.
But it's a very complicated sector.
Yes.
Especially when you're talking about using electronic payment. It's a big issue, a big debate. But you know why they don't have electronic payment?
What's that?
Right?
Here, because the taxi drivers always round up and they don't want to miss out on a couple of cents.
It's about taxi without the I.
Yeah. You think they'll tax taxi drivers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because once you have an electronic payment system, everything will be so clear.
Right.
So they have to pay exactly
what they're supposed to.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's another thing. But I mean, I almost wish we were taking this video ahead of time and sending it to the legislators to say, hey, you guys, you are missing out on a huge part of this. And look to the future, guys. Look to the future.
Thank you, Andrew. So, Kira for today.
Taxi.
Taxi.
All right.